Okay, let's learn how to make a berry sauce. It's really easy. All you need is 2 cups of frozen berries. You're going to need a teaspoon of vanilla essence, 2 big tablespoons of honey, half a cup of water, and then at the end you're going to add some lemon. Okay, so let's put it all in together. So, berries. For the vanilla extract, you don't need a spoon, just use the lid, that's a teaspoon. If you like it sweet, be generous with the honey. This is really good for pancakes, like treat breakfasts, and it's nice on yogurt. You could probably just use it as a jam, I guess. It just stays in the fridge, so it won't last for a really long time. Okay, so you put those in, and then just put your, I'm using hot water from the jug, so just put that in there to speed it up. I've chopped the berries already into small pieces just to make it cook faster. But if you've got more time, don't worry about that step. Okay, I'll just show you now what it looks like. Here's our mixture. This is the kind of thing you could just have on the hob while you're doing other stuff, but you just have to keep an eye on it because it will bubble over if you let it, if you don't keep an eye on it. There we go. So we'll just wait for that to boil, and then we're going to reduce it down. And so what you want is one consistent mixture. So the heat is going to make the water reduce off, bubble off, and then at the same time the heat is also going to stew the berries down until you've got this really thick, saucy, jammy kind of consistency, and your kitchen is going to smell amazing. You so see the honey's melted in? Hope yours has too. I've used a mix of berries. What's in there? It's just a pack from the supermarket. It's got strawberries, blueberries, boysenberries, a little bit of raspberries. There might be more, I don't know. Okay, so see some of the water's come off the berries already. So I'm going to turn it up a tiny bit. I just want to get this done quickly. So I know I've already told you about why I'm doing this, but it goes back to when, basically after, I'd already been told I had cancer, right? And then they'd had the surgery to take it out. And then when I went back for my appointment, I got a real fright. I'd gone in thinking it was either going to be option A or option B. And then they told me it was option C, and I just hadn't factored that in. And they told me I had to go back, and basically the cancer was worse than they thought. They needed to do another surgery, and it also was on the move in my body. And it gave me a huge fright because I just hadn't even considered that. And I had to go and get scans for my bones and my organs to find out if the cancer was in either, that it was spread, that it had metastasized around my body. And it was a 3-week wait to find out those results. And during that time, I ended up getting sick from complications after my surgery. And I was in the hospital, and it was late one night, and I wrote this list. And it was the first time I'd ever considered not being there when you kids were older. And I wrote this list of all the things that I wanted you to know, and that I'd always just assumed I'd be able to teach you myself. And so then flash forward to now, and I was looking at the list one day, and I just thought, you know what? I'm going to actually do this. I'm going to put everything on YouTube so that if for any reason I'm not here, you'll be always able to look back at these videos and hear my voice. I guess that's part of it, and see me. But just be able to do all these things. And also then I realised that there might be other kids or other people who'd like to learn too. And that's why I'm making it public, so other people, if they want to look, they can. Right, so the berries have to come up from frozen, right? So let's do. So they come straight from the freezer, and now the hot water is reacting with them, so it's making them reduce down, and all the liquid's coming out of the berries. And that's why it's heaps saucier than it was about a minute ago. Can you see that? I'm guessing it'll take about 10 minutes all up, but we'll see soon. Cool. Okay, I'm going to go and do some stuff, and then I'll just come back in a few minutes and see how things are looking. If you could hear that noise in the background, it's Frank playing with a ball by himself. Right, see all that gunk on the top? I'm just going to spoon that away. Just going to take a spoon. Cool, I'm just going to come back and give it a stir. You can just try and break down the Just break down the fruit if you can too, just to speed up the process. Sorry, Miss. Cool, and we'll leave it for a bit longer. I think my timings, I've actually never, timings were off. I've never actually timed how long this takes. It's going to take longer than I thought. Maybe give it 20 minutes all up. But as I said, you can be just doing stuff in the kitchen and leaving this to bubble away, and then you can come back and check on it every a couple of minutes. Can you smell it? I hope you can. Mine just smells beautiful in here. Right, I'm going to spoon that off as well. Lift it up. So just again, I'm going to take that little bit of gunk off the top, crack and give it another stir. So just want to make sure that nothing catches on the bottom. Shouldn't. It's probably got it on about halfway up the heat. Can you see it's reduced down? It's all that one colour now. And it's going really, that's still too watery, okay? Because if you're going to put it on stuff, it'll all go all to splatter out. Okay, not much longer though, I don't think. A few more minutes. Okay, so that's been cooking for about 15 or so minutes. It's still too runny, but if you push your spatula or your big spoon through it, you can feel it starting to get thicker. And it's starting to, the berries are starting to break down, so it's more of a sauce now rather than water and individual berries. Just keep stirring it. Like I said, you don't want it to catch on the bottom. I can see from the bottom of the pan that it's not, so hopefully yours is the same. Get it. God, my kitchen smells amazing. What's this time? Oh, it's really starting to boil now. Okay. So see, it's pretty much, can you see that? It's pretty much one consistency. It's just a little bit waterier, a little bit watery still. So I'm just going to let mine cook for about a minute more. There we go. Okay. You see those bubbles? Look, it's beautiful. Okay, let's go stir it. Oh, so it's really, there you go. You see how much it's changed? It's really quite thick now. It's all one kind of level of consistency through it. You can mash up the berries a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to finish mine. Okay, that's me. So if you are still cooking yours, just pause the video, and then when you're ready, you're happy with the consistency of it, then come back and join me. So mine's done, and I'm hoping yours is too. Okay, so then the last step is just to add the lemon in. So the recipe calls for a tablespoon, but I like it really lemony, so I'm going to put, oh, there's Charlie. So I'm going to put the whole lot in, and the way I do it is I cut the lemon in half, and then instead of using anything to sieve it or whatever, I just use my hand. And I squeeze the lemon through my hand, and I keep my fingers just slightly apart, and that lets the lemon juice go through, but it holds the pips, you see, and it's easy to do. I'm going to use the whole lemon because, as I said, I like it lemony. Once again, just squeeze it, and then the lemon juice runs through your fingers, as long as you don't have cuts and it hurts. And then just flick away the pips. And then just give it a little stir, and you're done. I've got one of the, like a glass jar, so I'm going to put it in that, and then it'll go in the fridge. But I don't put the lid on it until it's completely cooled down. You could just leave it in the pan and do it that way, or just put it in a bowl and eat it straight away. But as I said, that's really lovely with pancakes or anything like a treat breakfast, or just on yogurt. Oh, Frank's an idiot. There's a bee. Okay, I gotta go. That is how you make berry sauce.